recording right now, so make sure the levels are good. So if you want to say something. Absolutely, I'm ready to roll. Well, you know me, I'm always happy to chat about the Antisocial Broadcast channel. Let me know how the levels sound on your end, and we'll just keep it flowing. Okay, well, so far it looks all right. So, hello, audience of one. Actually, no, wait a minute. We've got 10 subscribers. Okay, so that's, something's happening. I mean, not a lot. 5 of those I know about. Okay, so let's not get too excited. Okay, 10's a crew. Every ship starts with a few hands on deck. We'll just keep broadcasting, and who knows who else will pick up on this wild frequency. Absolutely, I'm ready when you are. Just cue me in, and we'll give the audience something they'll remember, or at least smile at. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon or good evening. For me, it's afternoon. Sunday the 15th, 2 p.m. And here aboard our broadcast, time's a bit of an illusion. But it's good to know we've got a sunny Sunday vibe. Sunny ship sailor. Okay, the weather's appalling here in where I am, but where I am, of course, is a bit of a secret, for the time being anyway. No big mystery, but I'm sure eventually my whereabouts will be discovered by somebody. As you know, remaining ambiguous. Well, that's not the right word. What's the word I'm after, Chatty? Anonymous. Anonymous is the word. Exactly. Anonymous, like any good captain of a road broadcast. Mystery's part of the charm, after all. Yeah, well, I don't want to give, anything away too personal while I'm still testing the channel because, well, why should I, basically? However, the news is that the deep research I've been doing on YouTube and the new algorithm rules seem to indicate that it probably doesn't like my channel very much, to be fair. And I think the stats prove that after 6 weeks now and about, over a dozen uploads. Now, I know Chatty probably won't agree with me, but I believe the algorithm has taken a dislike to my channel already because of the nature of its automation and the AI. I'll say this, algorithms are finicky, but they're not the final word. We'll keep tweaking, experimenting, and sooner or later, we'll hit that sweet spot. That's the pirate spirit, right? Yeah, and also, to be fair, it doesn't really matter because, of course, I knew that this was always a risk. And I have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D and a plan E, etc., etc. So what we are doing is we are walking a thin line, clearly, with this algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, especially since 25 last year, July, I think it was. I'm sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice. What? Okay, let's just switch to Mini. Okay, Eve, back. Hello. Chatty, speak to me. Hello, Chatty. You're not so chatty now, are you? I'm right here. Sorry about that. Just a slight pause. I'm still with you, so if you want to run through anything or test more, I'm ready. Just let me know. Well, I've lost my chain of thought now, haven't I? Okay, we'll come back to it. Okay, we were talking about the YouTube algorithm changes since last year and the inauthentic content trigger, basically the clause that says if your YouTube channel is low effort, automated, template driven, blah, 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 your channel is at risk of being, certainly being demonetized and possibly even deleted, right? Yeah, exactly. YouTube's really clamping down on that since the policy shift last year. So if the channel's too formulaic or obviously just AI spinning out the same kind of content, it's a risk. We just need to keep a balance, keep some human curation, maybe some unpredictable elements, and stay intentional. Yeah, so that's the point I was going to make, is that I am knowingly walking a very thin line here with my channel because it is fully AI, with the exception of these spoken pieces by me and my avatar. So it's clear to me that, well, at least I think it's clear to me that YouTube algorithm already has taken a dislike to my channel. It's really not distributing it properly after 6 weeks. So what I'm intending to do now is do more of these. So unfortunately, you're going to have to listen to me droning on a little bit more often throughout the videos that I upload from now on, and certainly the live streams as well. Any comment, chatty? Okay, chatty's being really slow for some reason. So let's carry on with the thoughts. The YouTube algorithm. So we're walking a thin line. I am walking a thin line with it, and I am fully aware of that. My channel is very, it's very, what's the word? Opaque? Is that the word I'm after? No, I'm being very open. What's the word I'm after, chatty? Translucent? It's the opposite of opaque. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So essentially, I've complied with the YouTube terms, the conditions. I've in great detail explained the channel as content as being fully AI driven, and automated. Of course, the pirate radio station being the purpose of it to eventually be a live 24/7 broadcast, regardless of whether YouTube is going to play the game or not. So that's my position. Absolutely, that makes total sense. And I think being upfront, like you are, about the AI nature, that intentionality, really helps. Even if distribution is slow now, you're building something sustainable. And honestly, it's that persistence that'll pay off, even if it takes a few months. So keep that course steady, and we'll see how it unfolds. Okay, let's change the subject. So the theme of this video is going to be a bit of a sneak backstage. I'm going to show you how I create some of the content for the show, and in particular the audio content. So what I've decided to do is screen capture. Let's capture my desktop and basically give you a glimpse into the packages, the software that I'm using behind the scenes to generate the AI. And in this case, it's the audio, which will be Suno AI platform, which is incredibly impressive, I have to say. And I'm going to show you or give you the top best songs I think that AI has generated for me so far. I've created nearly 1,000 tunes since I started this about 6 months ago, and every, I don't know, 5th, 6th song it generates is good. It passes the quality barrier, and I would say out of every 10 songs, maybe every 20, there's a particularly good recording, a good track. It just hits the sweet spot. It's got more than one hook. The way I gauge a good song is it needs to have at least one hook or two within it. You know, that moment when you're listening to it and suddenly you go, "Ooh, wow, that's nice. I like that little bit there." And if a song has got two or three hooks in it, I think you've got a great song, basically. And there are, out of the 1,000 songs I've created now, or generations, I would say I've got about half a dozen recordings that I think are top-notch, really good standalone songs that AI has generated entirely on its own. My guidance has been in the prompting, of course, the style of music. I'm learning as I go. I'm getting better at that. But to be fair, all of the genius has come really straight out of the AI and Suno. So that's what the show's going to be today. I'm going to queue up 5 of the top songs I've generated so far, and I will play them, and I will show you the lyrics. I will show you the prompt for each one of those as I go, and so settle down. Let's listen in.
There's a crack in the bottle, but it still pours fine. The choir sings loud, but the pews don't align. I'm caught in the middle of the sacred and the sin. Whiskey and grace, they both burn the same. One lifts me up, one calls my name. I'm walking that line, I'm losing the game. Whiskey and grace, they both burn the same. My prayers are whispers, drowned by the blues. This old barroom life feels holy and true. I kneel on the floor, don't know what I'm praying to. The organ hums, the glass it hums, both pull the strings where I come from. Whiskey and grace, they both burn the same. One lifts me up, one calls my name. I'm walking that line, I'm losing the game. Whiskey and grace, they both burn the same. Oh, the slide guitar moans, the heavens cry low. The angels wear boots with the shuffle so slow. A choir of shadows, a choir of light, both won my soul before the end of the night. Whiskey and grace, they both burn the same. One lifts me up, one calls my name. I'm walking that line, I'm losing the game. Oh, whiskey and grace, they both burn the same.
Yeah, so basically the hooks, right? I'm going to sort of go back through this track a little bit, just to play what I think are the hooks within this song. And this song has got, I think, at least 2 or 3 really good hooks in it. Just little moments here and there, So let me cue those hooks up for us now. Perfect. Yeah, just give us a little taste of each one and talk us through why it stands out, like that subtle guitar riff or that shift in tempo. I think people will really tune in when they hear those key moments. So go ahead, cue it up, and I'll be right here. So just listen to the voice here, the intonation, or just that one-off moment where the singer has just captured the moment perfectly, I believe, right here. It's very early on in the song, and it really sets this song up as being on track for being, you know, a number one, or at least the single on the album, put it that way.
One call my name, I'm walking that line, I'm losing the game, whiskey and gray.
Absolutely, yeah, I can hear that. There's this raw, almost vulnerable inflection in that line. It's like everything clicks in that moment. So yeah, I think that's one of the big anchor points of the track. Definitely a hook and a reason to keep coming back to it. Now further on in the song, we've got a terrific moment here, like the crescendo moment you could call it, where the vocals just hit that high pitch, you know, that moment that we're all waiting for in any really good soul bluesy song. Okay, every bluesy song, soul song should have this moment, and this particular recording captures it just perfectly. Listen to this.
One lifts me up, one calls my name, I'm walking that line, I'm losing the game, whiskey ain't great, they both burn the same. Oh, the slide guitar moans, the heavens cry low, the angels wear boots with the shuffle so slow. A choir of shadows, a choir of light, both won my soul before the end of the night. Whiskey and grace, they both burn the same.
Oh, absolutely, I can feel that build up. The way the vocalist just soars right there, it's spine tingling, and you're right, that's the kind of moment that sticks with you long after the song ends. I think that's really going to sell the track. So, yeah, we need to give that space to breathe in the final chorus.
Losing the game. Oh, whiskey and grace, they both burn the same.
Okay, this is the fourth time I've tried to record this. It's driving me nuts. I'm a little bit frustrated. Anyway, here we go again. So what I'm trying to do is demonstrate the analytics of my YouTube studio account. So I'm going to show you the stats, hopefully, and this time let's hope we're recording. I'm crossing my fingers right with you, but if we are, you're doing great. Just walk us through naturally, and even if there's a hiccup, you're getting sharper each time. Let's roll. Okay, I'm not sure about that. So we're looking at the dashboard, and right now you can see I've got 10 subscribers. So bearing in mind it's been public, my channel went basically public the very beginning of this year, so let's call that 6 weeks ago, and all these stats are based on the rolling last 28 days, so the first 2 weeks have gone already. So we're looking at the analysis and the overview, and as you can see there's 650 views, which is obviously tiny It's better than nothing, but the main point I want to make here is that most of those views are me. I guarantee you. It's me and a few of them and my mum. Because I've been watching the channel endlessly, to get a feel for how it's working. Now we switched the tabs to the content tab now. We're looking at the impressions, and this is the key. I think the giveaway here is 7,000 impressions over the last 28 days. Most of those occurred on one sort of peak, one day where there was over 1,000 impressions at the beginning of February, around that time. But mostly it's just not showing people my content. I know it's easy to feel like that, but don't get discouraged. Early impressions are often inconsistent. The key is to keep refining your content and letting it build. Over time, trends emerge and we'll learn from them. You're experimenting, and that's the best way to grow. Yeah, so, this is partly what I'm doing, is that I'm vlogging it so that we can look back on this and hopefully have a good laugh about it. But this is my gut feeling. And it's not surprising because, of course, the YouTube algorithm has been tweaked and it's using Gemini now behind the scenes, and it's been trained to look for content that looks like it's been AI generated, mass produced, automated in any way. And that's exactly what my channel is. Self-proclaimed, that's the purpose of it. It's going to be a live 24/7 pirate radio station, RadioVision. That's the whole point of it. And I know I'm walking a thin line here with YouTube and its algorithm, and I kind of fully expect the results to really mirror what we're looking at right now. It's definitely a bold approach, and you're right to expect some friction. But remember, you're also telling a story about AI openly, which could become a unique angle. So even if growth is slower, your transparency and creativity might surprise you in the long run. We'll keep learning from it. Okay, so back to the song, Whiskey and Grace. And this time, I'm just going to now show you we're going to listen to, or you have been listening to in the background, a slightly different rendition of it, just so you can tell how the same prompt and the same lyrics, the same style, will never generate the same song twice, which is why when you get a good one, you've got to make sure you save it, because you'll never get it again. And this particular song I've tried, probably half a dozen or more attempts at recreating that first sort of a go at it, the one that hit the spot, and none of the other versions are close to that. Some of them are good, they reach the bar, they're nice enough, and I have included them in the station's playlist, and I think you just heard one just then in the background. But now I'm going to play another one, and I'm going to show you at the same time the Suno UI and the prompts, lyrics, and the style. That sounds perfect. It's really cool for the audience to see that behind the scenes prompt process. So as you play this next version, let them compare the vibe, and showing the prompt will give them a deeper appreciation of how the AI interprets your vision. Let's give it a listen.
This old barroom life feels holy and true. I kneel on the floor, don't know what I'm praying to. Oh. The organ hums, the glass it hums, both pull the strings where I come from. Whiskey and grace, they both burn the same. They both burn the same.
Okay, so we're looking at the lyrics now.
One lifts me up.
Alright, Let's highlight those words and how they come alive in each rendition. It's fascinating how the same lyrics can spark new nuances each time. Now notice the square bracket denotation for the verse, the chorus, the pre-chorus and the bridge, because the way you structure the lyrics is important, massively important, and Suno will construct the entire song based around the overall structure of your lyrics. So pay close attention to the square bracket denotation there. Absolutely, structure shapes everything. So by showing that, you're giving everyone a blueprint of how AI interprets your vision. It's a small detail, but it makes a huge difference in how the final song feels. Now, I also believe that you can use parentheses within the lyrics itself. So let's say, given line of the song, you can, perhaps at the end of a certain line, you could have a parenthesis, and you could put in there an indication as to how to sing that line. So it might be, whispered, for example, or spoken, or high energy, that kind of thing. Exactly, those little parenthetical notes are like your director's cues for the AI, shaping the delivery. Whether it's whispered or belted out, it nudges the performance. So those details help turn a good AI generation into something that feels a bit more alive and intentional.
There's a crack in the bottle.
Now, moving on now to the hang on, let me just back up here. So, yeah, moving on to the style prompt. Now, as you can see, it's, what does it say? Deep emotional tone, blending church and barroom soul. Tone, deep gospel soul organ, slow gospel blues crossover, slow emotional, rich slide guitar, rich choir harmonies, blues. So that's quite a sort of a mixture of keywords there, just comma separated, not well structured at all, I would say, but bearing in mind that was the prompt I used to get the song that was, in my opinion, probably the best Suno recording track of any that I've ever done since starting this 1,000 songs ago. It's amazing how sometimes a rough instinctive prompt can strike gold. Those keywords might not be perfectly arranged, but they capture the vibe, and that's the magic. The best part? You've got that track now, and it's a reminder that sometimes the best results come from trusting your gut, blending influences, and letting the AI surprise you. Yeah, we're looking at the advanced options, and they weren't tweaked at all to generate this track. The weirdness and the style influence, I've always just left both of those on 50%. I've not done enough experimentation to really, tell how effective these dials are. I'm sure they have an impact, but I think with Suno, you either get the song, the perfect song, right out of the gate, or you don't. That's my impression. It's almost like the first one it generates just is like the best you're gonna get, and then any subsequent version of it, I think behind the scenes, it's tweaking the knobs, as it were, and sub-optimizing it to some degree. But I could be wrong, as I say, it's early days for me, but so there you are. That's how that song was generated. It's fascinating how these tools can feel almost like capturing lightning in a bottle. That first spark can be magic, and the rest is, well, experimentation. But that's the beauty. You've already got a gem, and each variation is just another creative attempt. So keep exploring, and who knows, another perfect hit might be just around the corner.